important duty, because culture is such a great value that always sustains a race against onslaughts. If there is an onslaught, if there is an invasion, if there is a blow to a man, either individually or to a society collectively, what is it that sustains us? This is a big question that all anthropologists will have to put before them. I do not know how much this question has been discussed in sociological fields or anthropological fields, but this is a very pertinent question, very relevant question. What is it that sustains you against the blows, against the trials, against tribulations? After all, life is not a smooth journey. We cannot expect us to be always sailing along a smooth current. There will be occasions for us to swim against the current also. Man may find any number of opportunities or any number of occasions when he becomes tossed. He becomes tossed in the whirlwind of situations, in the whirlwind of difficulties, trials, tribulations. Under such circumstances, what is it that gives him strength to withstand all these blows, all these shocks? What is it? Is it money? Definitely not. Is it political power? Definitely not. Is it anything of that kind? Definitely not. I read in one of the personality books written by one Napoleon Hill, where one startling account was given about the 20 richest people in America that lived somewhere in the early part of 20th century, 20 or 25, richest men in America. But towards the closure of their life, in the old age, many of them were jailed, many of them were imprisoned, many of them committed suicide, some of them went lunatics, and some of them became good for nothings, and they had a very miserable part of life to conclude their earthly existence afterwards. Why this happened? This is a brilliant indication for those people that would like to always assess the importance of their being in terms of the material affluences that they may be able to accrue in their life. Here is a very important indication. Here is one eye-opener for the people that think on those lines. And there is history that is going to very clearly teach us about the fact that out of the 23 strongest civilizations, 21 civilizations died out, not because of poverty or any such thing, because they did not have the cultural strength to withstand the wars, etc., that broke out all of a sudden. What do these incidents really mean? What do they teach us? The one pertaining to what happened to the rich people in America towards the closure of their life as individual cases, and what happened to 21 of the strongest civilizations as collective cases when some sort of aggression took place upon them. Why they could not live? Why they could not sustain these blows? Why could not withstand all these blows? What is it that they were lacking? In both the cases, the answer comes very vividly before us. It is very clear. Anyone can understand. They did not have the cultural strength ingrained in them. They did not have the cultural strength. The culture that they had adopted perhaps was not strong enough to make them withstand these shocks. Man must be prepared to withstand these shocks always, because life is uncertain. Nobody in this whole world knows what will come to him tomorrow, what will happen to him after 1 hour, or what will happen to him in the next moment. It is so uncertain. How to be safe? Can you handle your future? Is there any way whereby you can regulate the flow of your future? Can you do it? Can you make future move according to your own whims and fancy, to suit your likes, to suit your requirements? Is it possible for you that you can shape your future in any way? Is there any such thing? When this question rises, I have to, or you can very easily come to the conclusion, perhaps in this regard, we are as much helpless as any other being. There is no difference between a subhuman or something pertaining to a member belonging to subhuman species or the one belonging to the human species. There is not much of difference as far as this aspect is concerned. Is it so? Should we be so? Is there no way out? Should man live like such a helpless being? Should he be so much miserable always being tossed between one end and the other end at the whims and fancy of the future about which he doesn't know anything? Should we lead such a unpredictable life? Should man remain such a pitiable being? These questions always rise before the eyes of people who want to take things very seriously, who want to really reign supreme under any circumstance in their life. There are certain people, a group of people is always there, where they do not want to be miserable beings. At least they do not want to be tossed between one and the other end under any circumstances. They want to assert themselves. We want to be always the winners. We want to be victorious under any trying situation. We do not want to be trampled upon by the cruelty of the future, by the cruelty of the fate. There are people who think on these lines. Is there any way? Is there any answer? Ancient Indians thought upon these lines. They never wanted to be victims of the situation. Rather, they wanted to be the masters of the situation. Whatsoever may be the nature of the situation. We never want to be victims. We never want to be creators of history. Rather, we would like to be creators of history. This is how they thought. They did not merely think, but they found out the answer also for that. It's unfortunate we don't know about all these things. We never knew that ancient Indians might have been such a creative lot that they have given us everything that is needed for assuring ourselves with the type of the glory that we always dream for. Many Indians don't know about all these things. Even in India, not to speak of people that are in America. Even in India, many don't know. Coming to that aspect, Indians in America know more of Hinduism than Indians in India itself. But it's a fact that ancient India thought upon all these things. It did not merely want to remain a mute spectator for everything that is happening in life. We want to shape our destiny. We want to shape our destiny. Swami Vivekananda comes here to tell us that Hinduism is not a mere happening. It is not just like that happening. It is a product of wonderful research that and gas can give birth to what is known as a fluid, a liquid. Akashad Vayuhu, Vayu Agni, Agni Apava, Adbhya Pruthivi, Pruthivyam Voshadhayaha, Voshadibhyaha Annam, Annat Purushaha. So man is now created in this line of creation. After man has come to the creation, Brahma has created man. Immediately what Brahma has said according to Indian mythology is the first man who is highly scholarly, man with highest purity of mind, tremendous knowledge about the whole human glory, human possibilities, etc., etc., will be created, and he will be known as Manu. We all other human beings are the derivatives, are the succeeding generations of this Manu, and therefore we are all known as Manushya. In Sanskrit, a human being is called as Manushya because we have come from Manu. This is the ordinary meaning. There is the inner meaning. All Sanskrit quotations, they have an outer meaning or ordinary meaning and the other meaning also. The real Manushya is the one who follows the principles given by Manu in his Dharma Shastra. Anyone who follows Dharma Shastra as given by Manu scrupulously, he alone is Manushya. The others, they are not Manushyas in the truest sense, but in the form they are Manushyas. Mahabharata refers to these people and says, Manushya Rupena Mrugascharanti. In the Rupa of Manushya, only beasts are moving around. Manushya Rupena Mrugascharanti. Mrugas are moving around in the form of Manushyas. To become a true Manushya, in the truest sense, in the fullest sense of the term, not only that you must have human form, but you must scrupulously follow the injunctions given by Manu in his Dharma Shastras. This is the true meaning of Manushya. Others are Manushya, Mrugas in Manushya form, that's all. Whatever it may be, it is a different, something not so directly connected with today's subject. So from Manu, all Manushyas will come. Rather, from Manu, the 4 sages will come. Those 4 sages are known as Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, Sanat Sujata, as pertaining to the present Kalpadhyar. Afterwards, 7 rishis will come. All these are people of most exalted character, capable of guiding the whole man.